Hey everybody, how's it going? And welcome to another beer review. Pretty excited here today. I'm actually very excited. I got a huge, massive porch bomb. One that I'm not used to getting. Definitely not up north here. I've got not one, but two growlers from the good folks of Gridiron Brewing. Definitely happy to have them in the studio here. It's my first time trying them. Ever. I've never had them before. I've never had anything from these guys here before. They're gracious enough to send me up two huge growlers, free delivery. I'm so thankful for that. So thank you very much to Gridiron Brewing. If you're not following them on Facebook and Instagram right now, please do so. They got all kinds of stuff going on right now. There's new ways of serving people now with the whole coronavirus outbreak, and it's things are changing all the time. So make sure to check them out on Facebook and Instagram, and keep up to date with all those changes, all those good things that are happening. So before we get too deep into the beer, definitely this episode is brought to you 100% by Gridiron Brewing. Very happy to have them here. They're from Hampton, New Brunswick. So they're quite a ways away from Bathurst. They're about, I'd say maybe like 3.5, 4 hours away. So they're quite a ways away. And one of his buddies was making a trip up here a few days ago. So thank you so much again. I'm always thankful to get some beer delivered here. Always thankful for support of the show. And, I like to showcase as much New Brunswick and as much craft beer from just about all over the place on the show as possibly can. So before we get into this, I want to talk about the obvious thing that's happening right now. And I want to know, how are you guys dealing with this whole thing? We're in day... I don't know what day. I haven't been into work since March 15th, so it's been quite a while. It's been about 15, 20 days. It's been, it's been a rough time. For me personally, what I found out today, the hardest thing to when you're at home all the time, your schedule isn't what it was. I started this week with this whole new scheduling thing. I've had a hard time keeping up with things, and the thing that I have the hard time of keeping up with and knowing when was the last time this happened was when I took a shower last. If you believe it or not, it's for some reason I can't keep track of it. I did take a shower not that long ago, and I got in there. I was like, holy shit! It's been a long time since I've been in here, and quite honestly, I don't know when was the last time I had taken a shower. And hats off for my wife to be keeping up with me all these days. But anyway, that's what I'm struggling with right now at this moment. So drop a line in the comments and let me know. What are you guys struggling with or having a hard time keeping up with? I don't know. Me, it's staying clean, I guess. It's not a big priority of mine. So they brought up two beers, and most of the time when I bring beers on the show, I usually like to taste them beforehand. I'd say maybe 90% of the time I do that. 10% of the time, I'll bring in some beers that I've never had before. I don't know what to expect. But sometimes I've had some beer from that brewery before, so I kind of know what their style of brewing is and what kind of to expect from the beer. But these guys here, I've never had anything from them at all. I have not tasted these because they did come in growlers, so I did not want to open them up. And you know how a growler works. Once you open it up, you pretty well got to drink it all. So it's Tuesday. I'm gonna have a pretty long night. I'm gonna have some fun for fucking sure. I'm not working tomorrow, so party on. Let's do it. So I'm super excited about it. I was talking with Luke, and he asked me what kind of beer I'm in right now, and I just said, you know what, send me up what you enjoy brewing and what's your favorite styles of beer. And he sent me the Ashes to Ashes Stout and the Paddler's Pale Ale. So I'm definitely excited to try these one out. I don't know what the ABV is in either of these beers, but I'm sure at the end of the night I'll have quite an idea of what the ABV is. I'm just kidding. I'm definitely not going to be able to polish off these two growlers. I would, like I said many times before, I would be on the floor. I'd be on the floor. I'd be licking the floor. So, and on top of all kinds of other stuff that's going on right now, before we get into the beer. I know I still got that cough that's been lingering on. It's an annoying cough. My God, it's annoying. Anyway, so other news that's going on right now, I don't know if I've mentioned it on the shows before, but I am moving the studio out into the garage, getting a much, much bigger space. So that's the whole reasoning behind why I opened up my Patreon account. It's a place where you can sign up for very small monthly fees. It starts at $3 a month, and it goes all the way up to $20 a month, depending on what kind of contributions you want to get in. And you do get some stuff back from that contribution as well. Say if you're a business, if you want to get some advertisement on the show, that's a great way to become a sponsor. For $20 a month, you get weekly mentions in the podcast, and you get some solo posts as well. So check my Patreon page. The link will be up above, and make sure to check it out. And obviously on top of that, you will get access to all the content a little bit earlier ahead of everybody else. So, and it helps pay the bills. It helps pay getting the new studio in place. I'm super excited about it. My wife is ecstatic about it. She can't wait to have me out of the house. She doesn't enjoy having these late night studio sessions, but it's gonna be a really great spot. It's gonna be even bigger, much bigger. Right now, it might look like I'm in a really big room right now, but actually I'm in the smallest room of the house. It's about the size of a closet. I'd say maybe 9 by 10. So very, very small room, very, very crowded. But to give you a perspective, this is a 9 by 8, 9 by 10. The space in my garage will be 10 by 20. So a very, very big studio. I'll be able to have some people over. And obviously once all of this is over. So I'm very, very excited about that. So I'm thirsty. I got to have a drink. So we're going to be using our fancy glasses from Gymline Glassware. Make sure to check them out on all their social. They're very active on there and huge supporters of the craft beer industry in the Atlantic provinces. If you need any glasses or growlers done, they print on absolutely everything. They've got all kinds of stuff for your glass needs. I think I've spoken enough before the beer, right? I think we need to get into the beer. So these being growlers, they were shipped up here yesterday. The beer might come out flat. That's just the nature of a growler. It's just what it is. Those are growlers. So let's check it out. See how it held up in the growler. It held up pretty well if you ask me. This is wonderful. I made a huge mess on the ground. I'm not going to get up because I'm not wearing pants right now. It's the other perk of having, a studio and a camera just right here like that. So this is the Paddler's Pale Ale. Very nice color. Looks absolutely wonderfully crisp. Just by looking at it, it makes me very, very thirsty. It looks like it would be a very, very crushable summer ale just by the look of it. A nice, beautiful head retention on this one here. Nice, beautiful white. It's just looks silky soft. Nice fruity aroma. Smells great. It looks great. When you get those two boxes checked off, usually it follows through with a great start of a drink. So that's without further ado, let's check it out. This is nice. Very easy drinking. Very easy drinking and not too tame. As the color would suggest, this year to be kind of a really tamed down pale ale. I am getting some nice resinous bitterness on the back end for pale ale. So definitely like a classical style pale ale. Very nice. Nice fruity nose on it. Maybe small little hints of orange, citrus, and a nice, beautiful, beautiful back end. Well balanced. This is absolutely an everyday beer, for sure. Approachable, big time. anybody will enjoy this beer. This is really good. Really, really freaking good. I wish I had this in cans. Definitely a wonderful beer for everyday drinking or enjoying at night. This is great. Great job, guys. Wonderful. I love this beer. Very nice. It's not too fruity. It's not too bitter. It's perfectly balanced. It's a perfect presentation of a pale ale. I couldn't ask for anything better in that style. It's absolutely wonderful. That's great. Great stuff. That's Gridiron. Better start canning these products. I want to have some of this on the shelves of NBL up here in Bathurst. So if you're in the Hampton area, make sure to check them out. I do believe that they are obviously selling growlers to go and other containers as well from the brewery itself. So make sure to check them out. They are open right now, and I do believe that they are doing some deliveries too, if I'm not mistaken. So make sure to check them out on Facebook and Instagram, and send them a message to find out what's available exactly for your area. Ashes to Ashes Stout. I really like that name alone. It's kind of giving me the impression that this one here should be nice and smoky, obviously, with the Ashes to Ashes. And they were not shy. They were very, very generous with these growlers. They filled it up right to the rim. Like, holy shit. Very, very happy. I like their style. I like, I don't like when you follow that line. I like to get a full growler. And they definitely did not miss the mark with that. So here's another glass from, I believe you guys are seeing it right now, from Gym Line Glassware. This is a beautiful glass. It's one of the favorite ones that I have. And on top of that, on the bottom, I won't flip the glass sideways right now, but on the bottom of it, there's a hop engraved inside the glass or outside the glass. So a really nice little touch from Gym Line. So make sure to hit them on up if you need any glasses for your bar, for your brewery, any kind of branding you're doing. It's absolutely a great company, great people to work with. They're like I said before, great supporters of the craft beer industry in Atlantic Canada. It smells. It's got a sweet aroma to it. Smoky. Coffee notes. It's smelling really, really well. You know, I'm loving every note of this. It's got a great composition so far. Oh, that's tasty. Oh my God, that's good. That's really, really good. It's the vanilla or a little bit of caramel. There's a little something sweet in there, which is so good. So good. It's so well balanced with the bitterness of the dark chocolate and the coffee. And wow, such a smooth beer. The mouthfeel on this one here. These guys here are making some very, very smooth beer. Like you see a trend from the pale ale to the stout. They're making really smooth, approachable beers. But this one here is absolutely wonderful. This one here is a pure example of when I meet people who say that dark beer is strong. I don't like it, and I shouldn't start with that. If you don't drink craft beer, this is a beer to start with. So smooth, so creamy, so just slight sweetness to it, not bitter whatsoever. It's absolutely a wonderful, well-balanced stout. This is really great. The mouthfeel on this one here is really, really great. It's just, it just wraps your tongue in just greatness, really. Wow. Really is such a wonderful stout. So I'm definitely thankful to be tasting these two beers tonight, and very happy to have them on the show. They were at the Fredericton Craft Beer Festival this year, which I was there as well. And for some reason, there's so many breweries out there that I didn't go and see. It was my first year there, so definitely overwhelmed. I didn't know exactly where to throw myself. I must say that beforehand, I've mentioned it many times before, we had a massive cider tasting over at Red Rover with Adam Clausen. So I was pretty plastered by the time I got to the beer fest, but still well under control. But I sadly missed these guys here. I missed a few other breweries as well. But I'm definitely glad that they shipped up a couple of growlers up here. I'm definitely enjoying it, and I suggest that you guys do the same and check it out. You guys got to get your hands on this stuff. My favorite between these two, I don't tend to choose favorites, but I'm going to do it today just because I got 2 growlers and I feel like doing it. I like that pale ale. It's really good. It's crisp. It's clean. Makes me think of hot summer days are just around the corner. Just like a recent post that I made on Instagram. But, oof. Ashes to Ashes Stouts takes the lead on this one here. It's so smooth. It's wonderful. What a great beer. I absolutely love it. So, great stuff by Gridiron Brewing. And, I hope to see you guys soon. One day I'll be able to travel the province again. And you guys are definitely on the top of my list of breweries to see. And, I'll bring all the viewers around with me too. Got the new GoPro. So we'll be heading out and about and checking out some breweries as soon as we possibly can. So on that note, cheers. And we'll see you next time. Stay safe.